The NFL draft is 2 days away. Today, we are going to be giving you our favorite draft props. So, we're going to each give you our four favorites, and then we're going to, at least I have some long shots to share at the end. Really, really long shots, but I think there's some value in them. So, who wants to start us off? I don't know. The draft odds markets are shifting crazy. So I just want to preface like what we're saying on here is currently what the odds are. So they could change between now and, Thursday morning, Wednesday night.
It's
But we'll
Monday
start.
of draft week, so everyone
Yeah, it's
knows too.
Monday of draft week.
Monday night.
We odds are going to be probably shifting like crazy. I think last year is when we saw Stroud like the morning of just rocket to,
Yeah.
wherever he was taken. So, all
We've
right, who wants to start us
just
off with their
really
picks?
quickly, we've absolutely cleaned up on the draft the last 2 years. I feel like it's some of our best betting all year. I think we talked about it last year. There's a little bit more intel and a little bit, I think, better chance of hitting these higher plus money bets.
Yes.
If you're scouring and stuff, you can definitely get an information edge. Obviously, it's still fairly unpredictable with trades and everything, but
Yeah, I
definitely a
don't. I
plus to
think
be.
if you're searching draft props right now, it should be you're searching for a lot of plus money stuff. I don't think you should be taking a lot of major favorites. Like
Yep,
it just doesn't make much sense at all. I think if you just
there's
find a
value.
lot of value on these plus money bets, you're gonna be profitable.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
who?
I'll start us off here.
Okay.
Um, and going against what PB just said, it's not a big favorite. Um, but it is going to be the Chiefs to take a wide receiver in the first round. It's only minus 120. I thought it'd be a lot higher than that.
Yeah,
And
that's
with the
good.
news that um Rasheed Rice is probably going to be serving suspension for his illicit drag racing, Tokyo drifting style of driving he was doing on the freeway. Minus 120 is not bad at
Yeah.
all. And there's so many wide receivers going that can go in that anywhere between that 26 to 38 range. One's going to get enough hype to move into that 30 seconds. So minus 120, I feel like that's pretty close to good money there.
Okay. I do think they go wide
Yeah.
receiver as well.
I agree with that.
Um, I will go with a wide receiver prop. I have this is one of my favorites. I've been talking about it amongst our group chat plenty, but you can get AD Mitchell under 28 and a half draft position at plus 120. I believe this guy is higher on a lot of teams' boards. And I mean, even Adam Schefter himself said he believes that AD Mitchell is someone that's going to go a lot earlier than expected. And his draft position still sitting here at 28 and a half. I think we see some trades up for wide receivers this year. And I don't know. I think it could be in the early 20s or the late teens that he goes.
Yeah, I mean, we could easily see a team like the Bills, who's done it
Yeah,
before. Like they just
28.
did it last year with Kincaid. Like they moved up, I think it was like 8 spots or something like that. Like if they like a guy, they're gonna go get him. Brandon Beane's gonna do what it takes to get the guy they want in the draft. So
I think the Steelers like him a lot. I know offensive line's favorited to go to them, but I mean I like also that it's the hook at 28 and a half, meaning you get the Bills at 28 as long as they don't trade down. So I don't yeah, I like this plus money a lot.
I think it's probably plus money just because they've lost so many pieces of that defense, specifically in the secondary. But
No,
I
I
think it's
mean
good
the
value.
Bills are
I like that.
favorited to take a wide receiver.
Yeah, I guess so. My first player to a specific team is Michael Penix to the Raiders at plus 260. Um, I don't think they have enough capital to move up unless they did something crazy, but I think all the big name quarterbacks will be taken by the time they pick. So I could see Penix falling to them. I know they got Minshew, and he did pretty decent in Indy, but I don't know. I think they probably try to find a younger guy.
Do you think he goes in the first round? Like, do you
I
think
think
he's going
if
at that 12
he
spot?
if he makes it past like, I've run from like the Vikings, Raiders, and Broncos. No one at the second half of the draft needs a quarterback at this point. Maybe
Yeah,
No,
so
we'll
I
see another
you
team move up, but
you could still
Sure.
see the Raiders get him in the second at pick 44.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, because if you're thinking that he goes at that 12 spot, you can take Raiders with their first pick, taking a quarterback at plus 340. So that's the only reason why I asked that.
I don't think that's
Yeah.
worth it though.
I would almost just rather have the insurance because I feel like people like trades are too frequent. So
Well,
I,
it's
don't-
just
I don't
their
know.
first pick. So that's why, I mean,
Yeah, and
but no, I,
yeah,
Yeah, but
if you think it's they take him with with their first pick, you bet the 340. But if you think that like, oh, there's a chance he just slips in the second round, and the Raiders get him with the pick 44, then yeah, your plus 275 makes more sense.
yeah.
Yeah, good point.
All right, Alex.
Good eyes.
I'm gonna go with let's see. I'll start off with Broncos first position taking quarterback plus 190. Um, and that's on FanDuel. So, I mean, if Sean Payton was pissed off beyond belief about Russell Wilson playing quarterback, he's now currently got Zach Wilson, Jared Stidham, and Ben Gucci DiNucci to choose between. So
Great options.
yeah, yeah, not guys you want to roll out there day one. So, there's been a ton of hype behind Sean Payton trading the farm to get up into the top 5 or top 10 if a guy, that he really likes is still on the board. So I think they either go balls to the walls and get JJ, which I don't think is what happens, but I think they end up with a guy like Bo Nix. And I think they're willing to risk kind of this early round draft pick on a guy who's not super high on a ton of people's boards because they are desperate for someone.
Interesting.
They should have gone and got Tommy Cutlets if they were smart. Then they could, draft some of their other team needs.
I have a feeling they end up going D line, but yeah, if
That's
they're desperate enough.
yeah. D line is I think I forget it's like plus 260 or something for first position taken. So it's like fairly close odds between the two.
Yeah.
Kylie likes it.
You guys hear in the background.
Yeah.
Corey?
Yeah, I'll go here with my second here. Eagles to take a cornerback is plus 115 on FanDuel. Don't understand those odds. I mean, they're in the prime position where cornerbacks are going to go. Like, I mean, I don't understand, and they need cornerbacks. So at plus 115, I feel like that is a steal.
I think
I
it's
think
just
they're going to
'cause-
go get another D lineman because that's what they love doing.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's because the Eagles are known for just stacking the trenches, whether it's offensive linemen like an Amarius Mims or some high upside prospect. It's because they always seem to be going that route. But you're
Yeah.
right, the corner they need desperately.
Yeah, I mean, defensive line, and if you think that, it's plus 185.
I don't think it's gonna be. I think it would be offensive line, but they should go.
Offensive
corner.
line's 240. So
I think corner is probably still the likeliest, but that's
Yeah.
why I think the odds are like kind of not minus money.
yeah.
My
Speaking
second,
of, I was going
What?
to say, speaking of cornerbacks, I'm going to take the first cornerback selected, Terrion Arnold plus 105. Obviously, Quinyon Mitchell is in contention, but I think teams will just love the pure man-to-man upside that Terrion Arnold brings. He's got a lot of length, speed, really great man-to-man corner. Could be a lockdown type of guy. So I'm going to take him plus 105 first cornerback off the board.
all right. My next bet is my only like minus money bet, but I think it should be much higher of a favorite to go, and that's over 3.5 Big 12 prospects taken in the first round. It's minus 160. I think this should be over minus 200. Here are the prospects that you just need 4 of these guys. Byron Murphy, who I think is a lock.
Easy.
A.D. Mitchell, who I think is pretty much a lock. Xavier Worthy, who I think is going in the first round. Tyler Guyton, Zach Frazier, and then another tackle who's getting some steam towards the draft, which is Kingsley. I'm gonna butcher this name. Suama Taia.
Sumatra,
Yeah, Sumacha. Is that how you say it?
something like that. And then
Okay,
you also
Kingsley.
have if someone really likes Cooper Beebe, he's a really good left guard.
I
He
didn't
could
put him in
sneak in there,
here,
maybe.
but
Probably not, but
Kingsley would
he's
be the
on the
one that I
board.
think could, but you only need four
Yeah,
of those six. I guess seven if you include Cooper, but I just think four of these guys are going in the first round.
yeah. I mean, if you like pancake blocks, you're gonna love Cooper Beebe. So that guy
Cooper Beebe
loves
is
getting
one
out into
that I'm
space
not
and
even
just
including in
leveling
this, but
cornerbacks.
I like that one a ton.
That's a good one.
All right. My next one's going to be another quarterback here. JJ McCarthy to the Vikings plus 170. I think that they've got the best trade package offer of to a team like the Cards or the Chargers. You know, they've got the 2 first rounders this year at 11 and 23 to bundle in there. So I could see them trading into 4 or 5 for sure for that. There's obviously been some talk, some smoke about JJ going 2. You know, his odds are creeping up from I think it was like plus 10,000, plus 1,000 or something like that, down to plus 600 or so. So definitely some steam there, but ultimately I think that he falls into this 4th quarterback take-in slot, and I think it's to the Vikings here.
I like that.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a Viking. If I had to guess, the Commanders I think would be the only team that would taking him at 2, which
That is
I don't know.
tough.
That's getting some steam.
It
But
could
I
happen. It could happen, but I think plus 170 is a pretty good shot at it for the Vikings.
All right, Corey.
I'm going to our favorite, most poised covered position, the running back, Jonathan Brooks, to be the first running back taken off the board, minus 115. Again, he's the clear-cut #1 prospect coming out of college in that position. As I will say this, Blake Corum is getting some steam, and
He's not going first. Blake Corum is not going first.
I'm not saying I'm just saying there's been some rumblings that he could go higher than expected, but Jonathan Brooks at minus 115 again, based off everything that we've learned, everything that we've talked about, everything that we've seen, like he is again the best prospect probably going to the second round, maybe third, whatever it might be, but minus 115, I feel like that's we don't ever say free money because that's jinx everything. So I think it's easy money.
All right. My next would be Xavier Worthy, draft position under 31.5. You can get it plus 110. I think Xavier Worthy is a lot higher. I think these 2 Texas receivers are just a lot higher on draft boards than people think. And Xavier Worthy, these speed guys just always seem to go higher than expected. Like the Dolphins could take a shot at this guy. I mean, this is pretty much, does he go before the Chiefs? And I think even a team like the Chiefs could trade up to get him. I think the Colts could get him at 15. Like I think he's going in the first round, and I will be happy to take plus money with this.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think about some props around Troy Franklin? If you think speed is under
Troy Franklin, I think, is a guy like, let's say Xavier Worthy goes and Troy Franklin, like in my mock draft, I had him going to the Chiefs at the last pick. Like I do think these guys like climb their way kind of into the first round, but especially Worthy.
I mean, obviously, I'm a huge Texas fan. I thought Xavier Worthy was going to be, the second coming of Jesus Christ his freshman year when he was putting up like 12 touchdowns and 1,100 yards with nobody at quarterback. And he's just kind of flatlined. Ad Mitchell's debatably better now.
I'll preface this. I don't think he's going to be good, but I just think
he's only 170 pounds soaking wet. So like there's got to be some injury concerns there. Like if you want speed, I'd prefer Troy Franklin almost, right?
I prefer Trey Franklin. That's me. That's me. That's not
Me too, I think.
yeah, but that's not NFL teams, and Xavier Worthy, I believe NFL teams are higher on him, and I think he'll go high.
I mean, to
He
give you an
could put
example,
on
Zay
some weight. I
Flowers
mean,
was Zay Flowers is super tiny,
that's
and
true.
he had
Didn't
a
stop
very
him.
good year. Yeah, so
Good
just
point.
throwing it out there.
Yep. All right.
Nick?
Oh,
No, it's Alex.
Oh, all right. So this is one to keep an eye on in terms of where the odds fall. Right now, Jets to take a tight end with the first pick is plus 150. Sorry, Corey. The other one to keep in mind for that is Bowers at number 10 is plus 155 right now. So basically the same odds, but
You could do Jets, Brock Bowers plus 160. That's one of mine
oh really?
on DraftKings.
Oh, okay. So yeah, there you go. Been saying it in our mock drafts. I think the Jets go and get Rodgers another weapon. And I think they focus, and they already have in the offseason, on getting vets to shore up that offensive line. So they signed Tyron Smith, Morgan Moses. So, they've got, 3 to 4 solid starters now. So I think they're looking just to go all in, get Rodgers another weapon. Bowers' versatility and the mismatches that he creates are just a quarterback's dream, and especially one who's as accurate as Aaron Rodgers. So I think it frees up a lot of room for Garrett Wilson, opens up some stuff for Brees in the passing game as well, just having that extra threat out there on the field day in and day out. So yeah. So go to DraftKings.
I like that.
Though,
I
'cause that is yeah.
I like that. However, I decided that what's going to happen is they're going to take a tackle because they got Mike Williams. So I think they invested enough, at least for their first round draft capital, for his weapons. They have to protect him a little. So I think Brock Bowers is going to fall to the Cincinnati Bengals, who might even trade up for him at plus 900. I liked that a lot, mainly just because of the odds, but I think it has a good chance of happening. I think, everything you just said about a good quarterback and an amazing weapon duo that those two could be. I think T. Higgins will be there, maybe one more year. They're going to have to shuffle around some capital to keep him. But I think if you get Brock Bowers, you're less reliant on needing T. Higgins. And obviously, if you get T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Brock Bowers, I'm going to be so upset as a Browns fan. But, that would be a pretty awesome team.
Just saying, Nick, if you think
Pretty
that's
awesome
gonna happen,
offense.
you could get the Bengals first pick as a tight end at plus 1100.
Thank you, Corey. You're just boosted my odds all over the place here.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if that's what you
looks
think
like
it
someone didn't do their homework, Nick.
I did do my homework. I was just being a little too specific, maybe. I don't know.
That's okay. Okay. Since I was also going to be on the Jets to take Brock Bowers at 10, or the Jets to take a tight end at first at plus 150, I'm going to shift here. Homer pick. The Colts to take a wide receiver is at plus 250.
300 at BetMGM.
Okay, there you go.
Do your homework, Corey. Come on.
I didn't.
You just stole my pick, so I had to make sure we got the better odds.
Okay, so plus 300 on BetMGM. If you're able to access that book, unlike myself down here in Florida, I have access to one book. So the Colts have been in talks about maybe trading up possibly into the top 10. Getting one of the top 3 guys. Or as PB has talked about that, one of these Texas guys going a lot higher. The Colts, Chris Ballard is very, very particular on like sticking to his board and sticking to people he likes. And if he sees the opportunity to possibly trade up and get one of those guys, which he has never done ever as a Colts GM, he's never traded up since he's been there. But this is a draft that he has fallen in love with. He's said it multiple different times. He says, I think he quoted there's 18 first round picks in this draft, which also kind of scares me on saying he might trade up for one of these guys, because if he likes 18 guys. They're pick
That was
15.
that's why I think they're not trading up.
Well, I think he's
I
saying
don't
they
know.
need 18 guys.
No, they're
Yeah.
saying he has 18 guys with first round. If you have 18 guys, why would you trade up? Like there's going to be one of those guys when you draft.
Well, yeah, there could be, but I mean, you
No,
definitely
there
have
will be
guys.
because they're pick 15.
Well,
So
I
there
know.
will
I'm
be.
just saying, like, there's guys that's higher up on the list. So I will say he's never traded up in the first round. He has done in the second round. He traded up to get the best running back in the league, Jonathan Taylor, a couple years ago. But I think this is a prime position. Plus 250. The other one is them
300 plus 300.
Sorry, plus 300. The other one is them to take a cornerback at plus money as well, which is the more likely pick. But I would like to see some more offensive weapons in the Indianapolis Colts backfield.
Yeah, they said they wanted to add some like an explosive guy, and they've been looking at a lot of receivers too. So that was one of my picks, but I'll pick another one here since you took that one. I'm gonna go Saints to take D line. I think these odds are wild. Like there has to be value on this pick. It's Saints D line or edge at plus 850. They're a massive favorite to go with like an offensive tackle, but we could see like a run on these tackles before they pick where, there's where guys like Dallas Turner could fall or Latu or Byron Murphy, Jared Verse. There's lots of prospects that fit the Saints need because like the Saints need an offensive tackle, but they also need to improve their interior on their line. They could use some edge guys, with guys like Cameron Jordan getting older. This FanDuel, you can get
older.
plus.
He's like 68.
You can get plus 850 on FanDuel. I mean, that is insane to me.
I'm just going to rebuttal that really quickly. I think the Saints are banking on the intimidation factor of Chase Young and his neck brace to just scare all the offensive line right out of the building, right?
Yeah, no, I understand that like the Saints
They don't even show up on Sunday.
Yeah. They're like, we can't play him.
Yeah, like, I think
playing in a
it's-
neck brace right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, it's still probably tackle, but I think it should not be. It should be more like tackle minus 200, D-line edge plus 300 plus 400 max.
What was the name of
850s.
that tackle that just kept fighting everyone in
Penning.
OTAs last year
On the Saints.
on the Saints?
Trevor
Penning.
Penning.
Trevor
Penning, yeah.
Penning, yeah. Are they just like moving on from him and decided he was a terrible pick?
No,
or-
if they took a
Psycho
tackle like Fashanu, you put him at left tackle and see if Penning can slide down the line somewhere
stop
else.
fighting his teammates. Yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta use that energy on the opposing team, and he'll be great.
He couldn't
Psycho
figure that
team.
out.
All right, Alex.
Go ahead, Nick.
All right, this will be my last pick. First defensive player taken. I think it goes to the Falcons at 8, and they're going with the UCLA man, Liatu Latu.
So are you
He's a great edge rusher, very athletic. I think he has the most production in the class out of a top-heavy edge group. I think Jared Verse probably falls, and I think people probably like the kid from Bama just because of his intangible. He's built like Myles Garrett. So
are you picking? Is the pick Falcons' first pick to be? What's the pick?
no, I think he goes to the Falcons at 8.
So your bet is Latu to the Falcons at 8.
First defensive player selected, plus 225.
Oh, first defensive player. So the Falcons could take an offensive like Rome, and then the Bears take him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Felt like the safest bet.
Okay.
Well, I was on the Xavier Worthy pick PB mentioned a minute ago, so I'm gonna pivot to top 5 exact order. So this one's plus 400. I think it's the favorite right now, but it's Caleb, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Marvin Harrison, JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, plus 550 on MGM.
There you go. All right.
That
So
was
it looks
my
like
that was my next pick too.
It looks
So-
like it. Go ahead.
Do you think JJ McCarthy at 5 is to the Chargers because Justin Herbert is going to get traded to the Vikings?
No, nope.
I
It's
doubt.
the Vikings getting McCarthy.
I think they're
That would
trading
be
with the Chargers.
that would be some draft madness, and I'm
That
here
would be
for
wild. That would be
That
wild.
would be, but
I did see
no.
a tweet, not a reputable account, but a tweet that said that.
Yeah. That's a crazy take for sure.
Yeah.
But I will say, I've been seeing a lot more Marvin Harrison of the Patriots. I've seen it twice out there in the wild ever
It's
since I
that's not
reported
happening.
on that. So
That's not happening.
I was reading the
Sam
article. One of
Johnston
the,
is not a reliable source.
no, I think this was actually a PFF mock draft had him, and they were saying, "Oh, they got Jacoby Brissett. They need to rebuild a lot." So I was
Yeah,
like, "Yeah,
what
see?
better?
I was right."
We
Rebuild it
already
on the
have
wide
moved,
receiver
we've moved past
position.
this. Leave this.
Yeah, and you guys will never hear the end of it if that actually happens.
I
So
don't have to worry about it, Nick.
just brace yourself.
I have some long shots to rattle off. I don't know if you guys want or have long shots that you want to rattle off, but I'm just gonna go through my 5 right here.
Go for
Yeah,
it.
go ahead. I'm
right.
going more safe mainly because I've been trailing Corey in the betting markets on these ladder challenges, and I'm like 0 for 12 the past 2 days. So
No, the ones the ones I mentioned were like some of my favorites, more realistic, but sprinkle a little bit of money on these ones, which I did. Spencer Rattler to the Falcons plus 2,100. They have been looking at a lot of QBs in this offseason, and I think Rattler, there's some good odds on him going to the Falcons there. So I like that plus 2,100. These two are kind of just split your money between these two. So right now the Falcons odds to take a cornerback is plus 190.
first or just
We know the first the like Quinion Mitchell and Terran Arnold are the likeliest guys that would go to the Falcons at 8 if they went corner. You can get number 8 pick, and I understand there could be trades, they could trade back or whatever, but you get number 8 pick Quinion Mitchell plus 1,600, or the number 8 pick Terrion Arnold plus 2,400. And to me, if the Falcons go cornerback,
It's
which
one of
they're
those two.
plus 190 to do, you get the two guys that would go to him, that would go to the Falcons. So
who's their new coach again?
Raheem
Morris,
Morris.
defensive guy.
I wonder if he's more of a zone or man heavy.
Yeah, you can look that, but I just would split it. Like I did a little on Mitchell, a little on Arnold. But then the last two, first player drafted for the Chargers is tight end. I could see Bowers going at 5 to them, or when the Vikings inevitably trade up to get JJ McCarthy and the Chargers are there at pick like 12. Is it 11 or 12, the Vikings?
11.
11 and the Jets take a tackle or something, like if once he gets past the Jets, I think the Chargers would be fine with getting Brock Bowers at pick 12. So you get plus 1,500 odds on that. And the final one, Bo Nix to Seattle plus 3,000.
I got a couple on there. This one is on FanDuel. It is mystery relevant. I mean, it's a complete crapshoot, but I think offensive line, there's so many offensive linemen in the draft, and people always just take a shot on one at the very end. It's at plus 430. I mean, the other things were like, so edge was plus 380, cornerback plus 550, quarterback plus 1,000. I don't know. I saw offensive line. I'm like, that's something that clicked. I'm like, that's it. And then the last one I will be doing once I'm able to find exactly where it is going to be Marvin Harrison Jr. to the Indianapolis Colts. I found something back in February at plus 7,500. We want the legacy to stay in Naptown. So if you can find it, comment below and let me know, because I want to do it.
Not happening.
Hey, it very well
I'd be
boy
excited
dream.
for you, but
it could happen. He said he wants to play for the Colts.
Let the man dream.
That's what he said.
I'll cheer for you, Corey.
Corey's a
you.
dreamer. Corey's a dreamer. All right. Does anyone else have a long shot, or are we good?
No, you guys covered a couple that I was looking at as well.
All right. Well, that'll do it for the 2024 draft episodes. We'll be back. Best Ball Mania is around the corner. Fantasy, all that content is coming up after the draft. So stay tuned. Please leave a like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.